Well, hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Kira as you are. And right now, I want you to feel the consciousness shift. I want you to feel what's going on right now, because if you've been sensing.
Well, hey everyone, welcome.
1 minute.
Welcome, welcome. I am Kira as you are.
Okay, and so I love it because we're all feeling it, aren't we? Wasn't that too great? I love that that just happened. And so look, if you've been sensing that October 2025, I mean this minute right now, if you have been sensing that this is carrying unprecedented spiritual energy, well then you're right. I mean, you are 100% absolutely correct, because the numerology, the ascended numerology of this month is the 10, and that 10 is revealing the one plus the infinite. What does that mean? I mean, really, what does that mean? It means that the universe right now is declaring you are ready for what is emerging. Whew. Yeah. We just said that. You just heard that. I am as you are, Kira. And welcome to the Consciousness Forecast for October 2025. You know, this one has been a long time coming, and yet it feels like yesterday. And I invite you to buckle up for these 20 minutes, because I'm going to try and offer you as much as I can and invite you to come back and visit this video often. If you're catching us live, put your questions in and tell me how we're doing. If you're catching this afterwards, let me know what you're feeling, especially as we start coming in around the 10-10 portal. Now, I'm going to be showing with you and sharing with you in just a moment the calendar, the visionary calendar that comes through me every month for each month that we have with these visional experiences. Forgive me, it's hard to talk about it. It's so complex. And this is because the 10-10 portal opening this October, right now, is connecting directly, and I mean directly, to what September anchored into your knowing, which was a choice. So really breathe that in, because in the month of September, we were navigating the consciousness energy of choice. In the month of October, we are navigating awareness. And in the navigation of that awareness, with this Mercury retrograde pre-phase during Diwali, this is literally an unprecedented spiritual 𝐴-alignment. This is where the new geometries themselves are revealing. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's get right in there. So let me go ahead and open for you. I'm gonna share with you, if you have not yet seen it, this is the calendar for October. And as you gaze at this calendar, you may remember that years ago, I used to put these out a year in advance. And this year was made very, very clear that the energy that we are co-creating, the energy that is emerging on this planet, the sequencing of the arrival of your ability to actually expand has come into a moment where we are navigating things outside of the way we can traditionally look at time. Okay, breathe that in. And before you think it's totally too off the wall, let me just share with you this, and then I want to show you the new geometries that came in at the 8-8 portal. So what you're gazing at right now is the energy of the October experience. And it is an experience of awareness made through the choice of September. Remember, those three words, awareness, experience, and choice, are the ever-refining cycle of our consciousness. It's that eternal loop that we're always in. We are eternally in extraordinary moments of awareness, experience, and choice, and they frequently overlap and they frequently come together. In this field of creation that we are in right now, this planetary thought body that carries a whole bunch of fear that's trying to steal your truth from you, you're being given the gift of waking an awareness that has been waiting for you to remember. This is a seed. You know, I always share with people, this is why I wear this mustard seed that means so much to me on so many levels. And I wear that all the time because it reminds me constantly that we are ever birthing, we are ever creating. And that's what you're gazing at here. This is like a molecule. The energy of October is an awareness into a greater sense of that which we are. And I want you to notice it's about beingness and balance. Well, this is because of this 1010 portal that's igniting. When that portal ignites on 1010, it's like all of the geometries. I want to stop the share for a moment. It's as if all of the geometries that have been coming in right now, and let me remind you, let me show you. If you're saying, Kira, what are you talking about? I get that, and I hear you. So let me share that with you. So what you're gazing at right here is the geometry or the alchemical transformative energy, let's use that is coming in that is affecting the Tree of Prima itself. So the elements that we work with, mercury, sulfur, salt, the way that we bring things together, the way that we view time, the way that we process is in a moment of extraordinary expansion. That which has emerged is emerging more. The emergent is folding in, and this is not a play on words. And that's what you're staring at here. So what happened during this year's 8/8 Lionsgate was that you see these 5 circles. These 5 circles represent 100-year cycles in this field of potentiality. And they're all spinning together. So imagine that you're that center circle with those other 4 that are going around you like a cross of perfect balance. You begin to see the impact and the extraordinary blessing of your presence. If you relax into the knowing that that circle represents you, and you are intersecting with all these other experiences and all these other awarenesses, that is a moment where you can truly breathe and relax the mind. Because if the mind is not keeping up, it's okay. It will. Listen to this again, and it will. And it doesn't have to. So if you were to relax your breath even more, what you see is through the energy of an Einstein-Rosen bridge, you see all of the potentialities that are manifesting. You have that moment, that breath. This is what October is. It's taking this geometry, and I want to share with you 2026, because this is where this geometry is going. So what you're looking at here is the alchemical experience of 2026 that is awakening right now in October. And this is where the 1010 portal is going to be extraordinarily, words I want to use like profound, because those 5 circles in that one moment are going to have that 1 plus the infinite experience, thereby inviting everyone and everything to actually kind of lay down their armor. It's an intersection of peace. It's an intersection that's like, the way I like to describe it is, it's like a periscope. It's an opportunity to see beyond. It's an opportunity to see within. It's one of those moments, like a moment of silence. Have you ever given yourself that gift, that singular moment of silence, where you bring a hand to your heart and you simply remember, in this moment, I trust myself. Really, really breathe that in. I mean, breathe in the power of that. The power of, in this moment, I trust myself. That is the gift that we receive when we let our body become our truth detector. You might have remembered earlier I mentioned you're ready. You are really ready. This is the moment. We are all being brought into that. And as we are being brought into this energy of remembrance, October is calling out and inviting you to remember an inner illumination. And that's what's happening in this 1010 portal. And this is going to be heightened right through Diwali. So here you have this incredible, and let me really quickly, I want to put up the share screen again for you. Hold on. Of the template of consciousness. There it is. So as you're gazing at the template of consciousness, what do you see in the middle? That's the Einstein-Rosen bridge that we're talking about, that we're speaking about. And as this 1010 portal ignites, this illumination within that you are being asked to call forward, is going to expand, expand, expand into a moment where it's going to be, in this moment, I trust myself. Because it's going to remind us that Mercury is beginning to spin in its retrograde moments, and every single sign is pointing toward your success. I mean, imagine that right now. All of the ascended numerology, I'm going to show you the chart in just a moment. All of the ways that the intersections are coming in through every single, whatever your form or your system is or your beliefs are around what would be happening in October, everything is coming together. It's just going to happen. It's all coming together. This is that unavoidable moment. And so it's that moment to trust yourself. It's that moment to smile beyond self-judgment and the self-sabotage, and more than ever, holding to your heart the release of greed, the release of hesitancy, and the release of doubt. When we can let go of those words, when we can let go of fear, when we can let go of that which is seeking to self-sabotage, then we are sailing, then we are soaring, because then we are in the knowing. And here's the oxymoron, right? The minute you are in the knowing, and this is why I'm showing you the template of consciousness, because that's that center. That's where October is bringing you. The minute you are in that knowing, everything relaxes. And that which would have sought to stop you will show up. You're still in a body of form. It's going to show up. However, you're at a moment that brings you beyond it. So breathe that in. I mean, really feel that. Notice your third chakra. Because October, even though it's an awareness month, let me show you why it's about your third chakra. So here's the ascended numerology chart. And this chart is really extraordinarily powerful this month. It really helps us see so clearly. So if you look right now, today is what? It is October 5. So if you gaze at the calendar, you're going to see what our next move, our next turn of the dial is bringing us in on this full moon. And I hope you've been watching your full moon. I know we've been watching ours here rising. And this is, you can feel the energy of this full moon. It has this crystalline illuminated light around it. And so this is our full moon awareness. Remember, we are really in the awareness of the choices of September, of everything that anchored. And so that's going to bring us to the 4. But how are we getting at that 4? We're literally like that comet coming out of space. We have been soaring, free falling since we hit October 1. So imagine you've been free falling. What has been going on around you since October began? Free falling until we hit this full moon, when this first illumination hits, preparing us for that 10-10 portal, which you see is going to swing us right up to the 11. This is a ride. Hold on, right? And so we're going to arrive at that 4, coming out of the infinite. We arrive in perfect balance. Well, look at the body. Look at the chart of the body. Which chakra carries the 4 energy? The root center. The root center. This is about safety. Do you feel safe? Because if you feel safe, your beingness is ready to flourish in October. And it will offer that first chakra the safety it needs for it to become a center of peace. I am safe. And the power of safety is so important that I am really staring you in the eyes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stop the share for a second because it's this important. And as soon as you're done watching this, you stay at my YouTube channel and go watch my current episode of Expanding Consciousness, right now the newest one, where I teach the safe practice. You need the safe practice. Because this month, if you are safe, if you can practice that within, everything gets better. So I want to keep sharing, okay? You promised me you're going to go watch that show. All right, you'll be glad you did, I can tell you that. So here we are. Look at the chart again. So now what's happening? So from that anchoring of peace, we're going to swing to the 11. Well, number 1, as I already mentioned, this is very much like a pendulum going back and forth, but look at it. It's divine energy. Your root chakra, whatever your root chakra is emanating, and it's only going to be emanating one of two things, fear or peace. So whatever is emanating doesn't matter, but you have the choice, right? It's going to be shooting out into that divine energy going, hey, give me more of this. Be conscious. What do you want? Let go of your fear, vision. Go beyond that which is seeking to stop you, because this is the moment where it will try. Because right from that divine energy, you see that, which is the 1010, that portal is opening in the receptivity in that kaleidoscope and that periscope and all of the telescopes. It's lining up and saying, you're going to have a moment of direct connection, the 1 plus the 0, the double of the month itself. Because on Diwali, as light expands, on October 20, we're going to hit the 10 again. So what is the 10, right? This is bing, bing, bing. This is 1, 2, 3. This is ready, set, go, right? 10, 10, 10, 1 plus the infinite, 1 plus the infinite in Trinity. This is, hello, we've been waiting for you. Let's do this. When are you going to do it? Either go or no. And know it right now. And if it's go, go. And if it's no, no. That's its own go, is it not? Okay. And so what is the 10? It's manifest energy. But it's the manifest energy of your creative nature, of your first and second chakra. And this is why the third chakra is so important this month, because notice the third chakra is just sitting there taking its direction from you, taking a breath. There is so much to share this month. You can read about all of the Ascended Numerology, get the full broadcast, the full forecast. It's at my website, 𝐼amKira.net. And I invite you to go there right now, or at least as soon as you get done watching my newest episode of Expanding Consciousness, because that's how much there is to say about this month and where you're going to find an extraordinary amount of practices and so much more. Give us a call or give us a chat or give us an email at support@self-ascension.com, and make sure you visit 12hummingbirdsretreat.com, because there's a lot happening in the center of the world and you are the master of it. This October, with all my heart, I bow before you. I do. Trust yourself. Smile beyond the self-judgment. Be conscious. Be conscious of that which is around you, while carrying the essence of your hands to your heart, in the knowing that when you gaze with the divine smile within and invite the self-inquiry, what in me invited this to be? It just gets easier. Emerge into the emergent and be the master that you are. Let it be amazing, because you really do deserve it. With all my heart, I bow. Give me your comments, send me your questions, and make sure you see me soon. I love you. Many blessings.